Hello, everyone.
Mr. George, I'm recording this video for you, Mr. George, because the new
There's a reason they say that
that you're
laziness
hiding
is the mother of
is not good, Mr.
invention.
George. I send you this video to you, Mr. George.
Check this out. A system with only 3 pulleys can swiftly and efficiently coil a thick metal rod. How else can you evenly cut a ribbon in half? Unconventional problems call for unconventional solutions. The amazing skill of lumberjacks. Thanks to precise planning, 55 trees fell like dominoes, creating a perfect clearing. Everything about this technique is wonderful. The concept, the execution, and of course, the seamless joint at the end. It wouldn't hurt to introduce some automation into chopping firewood. Decor is not just for looks, it's also a way to have fun. It seems like these guys love putting on a show, but there's not a single unnecessary move in their performance. Any job that involves magnets instantly becomes 1,000 times more fascinating. Beautiful and reliable hose wrapping in just a few minutes. This is an expertly done installation of a floor drain with vinyl flooring.
老太爷牛逼，甩。
This is probably their favourite part of the job. A creative way to cut a 6-metre metal sheet without using specialised machinery. An unexpected use of a drill can save you a lot of time. No more hassle with stairs. This invention is fantastic. A great way to neatly tamp the paving stones. It looks like a glitch in the Matrix, but it's just red paint being applied to a white brick wall.
我教大家一个小妙招啊，矿头人皮儿剪掉半个别上，知道这弄啥？
干啥？吃饭。
换灯泡咱不用梯子。
耶，有，真实的。
就这真简单。
你咋真有才嘞？
大家。
搁这个地方。
上。
Optimization might look funny at times, but the important thing is that it works. The prototype might not look amazing, but the idea is definitely great. Here's a surprising life hack. If you combine a deck of cards with sandpaper, you get a great tool for delicate sanding. The counterweight lever was used in ancient Egypt, and it still works just as well today. To get accurate results, you can use any approach. A regular stick with a mark is great for installing a drop ceiling. That's a brilliant idea that's definitely worth remembering. When you find your fingers are too short, remember this trick. Eco-friendly pathway design, embracing natural wear as a design element. An old technique for laying bricks evenly without using tools. A must-know trick for perfectionists and fans of neat work. A useful technique when working alone. With the right approach, a handful of people could even do the job of a crane. Here's a life hack for when you need to replace the disc on your sander, but the key is nowhere to be found. Now that's what I call perfect process optimization, marking and cutting at the same time. With the right engineering solution, you might not need a pump at all. Some people are experts at handling chaos, and they have a useful tip for you. Just use a bucket and a piece of tube to keep your cables organized. A handy method for efficiently disposing of flooring materials. Heating can help remove various types of coatings. What do you think of this technique? Is it effective, or could it damage the cable? If you want to customize something, don't hold back. This is something everyone should know. This clever trick will save you a lot of time and stress. You can breathe new life into old items. It's all about how inventive you are. Did you know that a regular measuring tape can do this? This is a good method if you're going to use up all the putty or glue at once. Filling gaps between parquet planks, quickly and neatly. Here's a tried and true tip that every cyclist should remember. Natural materials like slate need careful attention and precision at every step, but the results are unique and unmatched. The icicle hitch is a perfect knot for securing a rope to a smooth post. It holds up well, even under varying loads. Using a roller to create an attractive texture on roadways is one original idea. A handy thing for those who want to spend less time cleaning. A clever trick! The string slices through the insulation efficiently and neatly.
我们套上去，这个速度它熟练以后还可以调。
There should be a home version of this machine. Being neat is a sign of genuine skill. This curb will be perfectly straight. Here's a clever way to hold a baseboard in place when you don't have anything heavy on hand. Would you think this is fake stone just by looking at it? Here's another way to protect yourself from construction dust.
I'm not patting it down, but I'm just making sure it's connected by a little vibration. I'm only going to do up to here. Usually I would do the whole thing. Okay, then I'm going to come bottles, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to press the bottle in. What it's doing is it's slightly compressing the cement mortar so it's out flush with the bottles beneath it. Now I'm going to grab our next bottle.
Using a trowel along with a few boards proved to be an effective way to apply cement smoothly. Here's another reason why working with wood is so enjoyable. The best tool is the one you create yourself for your specific needs.
Pues,
With this water gadget, you'll have significantly less dust during your renovation. Looking at the work of these craftsmen, you realize that no task is truly impossible. Their skillful handling of wood is simply exquisite. A true masterclass in precise tiling and layout work. Here's an example of how to seamlessly combine various finishing materials. Hello everyone! It's way more fun to watch breathtaking videos when they're taken from unique angles. Let's enjoy this fantastic compilation of drone and camera videos. Now you'll understand why people love scuba diving.
everything.
One of the most spectacular natural phenomena is the seasonal migration of inflatable mattresses. Rare footage of two stars colliding and the aftermath.
Good Lord!
The guy who filmed this video got really lucky. They filmed a movie right on his street. Domesticating wolves definitely paid off. Now we've got dogs that can surf. Sometimes we have moments in life that we really want to capture on video. This octopus has chosen a discarded plastic cup as its new home. However, plastic isn't the best shelter underwater. Luckily, a compassionate diver came to the rescue. Just look at how thoughtfully the octopus is picking out its new place. Turns out he's quite picky, but he did find something to his liking. If I were the cameraman, I'd be looking for a new place to move to by now. Don't worry about that old lady. She's not at the eye doctor, and she's not even real. You have to admit, these figures are as realistic as the exhibits at Madame Tussauds. Sometimes nature can be incredibly ruthless. Someone still has to pay off the loan for this car. The phenomenon seems impossible, so it's hard to look away from it. Turns out, we've been launching fireworks the wrong way all this time. As you can see, they actually look even better at sunset than at night. Thailand's charm goes beyond its stunning beaches and delicious food. Its performances are pretty magical too. These guys live in 2074. A dog riding a bull while swimming across a pond seems like a scene from a bizarre dream, doesn't it? Check out the system they use to water hundreds of palm trees at once. It's hard to imagine how much time they saved with the drone. Just think about how long that trip would have taken by car. Here's why zoos put up "do not feed" signs. If I were a pilot, I think I'd never want to fly again. The shape of the clouds, the angle, the time, and the shadows. Everything in this video is perfect.
Looks like a spotlight. And then it carries over. All the way over.
It almost seems like someone set up a projector in space, doesn't it?
The coolest thing? It's like I'm under a giant canopy.
The horns on that giant must fold away somehow. Otherwise, how would he ever squeeze into that space? Somebody call the system administrator. Someone's lost the connection to the server. These guys seem to be playing some kind of 80s game in real life. If looking at this barge and bridge gives you a bad feeling, you're right. With the river so high, they couldn't make it under the bridge. I definitely wouldn't want to be on it during that time. Launching a ship is not only a grand ceremony, but also a truly epic event. You can really appreciate its splendor from a bird's eye view. It looks like the ship's being tossed into the water. Hit the like button if you were taught to swim like that when you were a kid. But once they start moving, it gets pretty creepy, doesn't it? Now you know exactly what the uncanny valley effect looks like.
Still recording.
Water has a way of being both destructive and captivating at the same time. This could have been the most epic gender reveal party ever, but it's actually just firefighting from the sky. The luck of people who saw this with their own eyes. The water is so tough that sometimes even ships can't handle it. With LEGO prices these days, it must cost as much as an actual spaceship. Sometimes you see an old technology finding a new use, and you think, why didn't anyone think of this before? It's a brilliant hat. Who would have thought that to enjoy your favourite online games, you need to do more than just clean your computer from dust? You also have to check your cables for squirrel nuts. It looks like he's about to make a jump into hyperspace any second now. This vehicle makes clearing snow not just a meditative experience, but also an eye-catching performance. There's nothing more thrilling than a perfectly choreographed explosion. Water is definitely a force to be reckoned with. These sea lions chase people away like they're pesky seagulls. Perfectly calm waters are unusual for the ocean. For experienced sailors, seeing it is a big deal. This video makes it look even more spectacular. Fireworks are already impressive enough, but from this angle, they're even more amazing. Most people would love to see a volcano erupt up close, and thanks to drones, you can now experience that without any risk. It looks amazing, like something out of a fantasy world. Forget about lighters and phone flashlights, these wristbands will make concerts absolutely mind-blowing. No, this isn't a portal to Poseidon's domain, just a spillway. These structures are used to drain water from dams and reservoirs. This shampoo commercial seems to be from the same time period. This guy doesn't need climbing gear to conquer peaks. Just a bike and sheer guts. When it comes to getting old, that's the way to do it. Once it's charged up like this, it won't need any fuel to keep working. This video of the Columbia Glacier is truly breathtaking. When the iceberg, about the size of a high-rise building, carved off, it sank at first because of gravity. However, the denser seawater soon caused the towering ice column to rise back up. It's scary to think about what the people on the nearby boat must have gone through.
Oh my god! Look at this run! Oh! Oh my god! Holy! Woo!
While kayaking, the tourists heard a loud noise and paddled to within about 15 meters of the glacier. They weren't.
Oh, here you go, more.
The carving of ice from the Holgate Glacier in the stunning Kenai Fjords National Park perfectly demonstrates how chaotic and spontaneous this natural phenomenon can be. The sheer impact of the towering, silent wave that rushes towards onlookers is truly something to behold.
Look at that! Ouch!
The timing and size of future ice carving events depends on a range of factors, including various physical and chemical properties of the ice. For years, researchers have been working on developing a reliable formula to predict these processes.
Alright, that was great. Alright, that's one of the best things I've seen.
Holy crap! Danger, danger, danger! Holy crap! Whoa!
Icebergs pose more dangers than just waves. Sometimes when they break apart, they can cause a dangerous shower of ice chunks flying at high speeds. This can be quite a shock for tourists. Let's take a look at Greenland's glaciers. In this video, a massive iceberg breaks off from the Jakobshavn Glacier, which sends 35 billion tons of ice into the fjord each year. Lately, with rising temperatures, the melting of glaciers and iceberg formation has accelerated even more. Greenland is the largest island on Earth, bordered by the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Scientists estimate that around 3 million years ago, the island, once covered in vegetation, began to freeze over. Today, 81% of its area is covered by an ice sheet known as the Greenland Ice Sheet, which holds nearly 2.85 million cubic kilometers of ice. If the ice in Greenland were to melt completely, global sea levels would rise by 7 meters, which would be a true apocalypse. Take a look at these tumbles of a newborn iceberg. It's truly captivating, especially considering its size, over 500 meters long. This giant iceberg is a piece of the Vatnajökull Glacier, the largest by volume in Europe. It covers 8% of Iceland's total land area. The iceberg floats in the Atlantic Lagoon, meaning it's in salt water, which causes the difference in density between the ice and seawater. This results in about 90% of the iceberg being submerged. Before it sets off on an ocean voyage, the iceberg must find its balance. It's interesting that even icebergs that have been drifting for a long time can still flip over. These are called black icebergs, because the submerged part is darker than the part above water. The Titanic famously collided with such a black iceberg at night.
Wow, that's a big piece. Oh my God, look at that piece. Oh my God!
The people on that boat were probably the ones who were the closest in the world to seeing the carving of a glacier in Tracy Arm Fjord. Glaciers can also create icebergs below the surface, causing ice chunks to unexpectedly rise like submarines. This can trigger a chain reaction, as demonstrated in this video. For example, the Sawyer Glacier stands about 60 meters tall, and when chunks of ice fall from that height, they can cause even bigger pieces to break off underwater. Because of this, icebergs from continental glaciers tend to be smaller, and their surfaces are seldom smooth. Here's yet another example of nature's unparalleled architectural skills. This breathtaking ice bridge is a feature of the Perito Moreno Glacier, which lies within Los Glaciares National Park in the southwestern region of Argentina's Santa Cruz province. Covering an area of 250 square kilometers, Perito Moreno is the third largest source of fresh water in the world. The Perito Moreno Glacier is constantly moving at about 2 meters per day, advancing into the curved Argentino Lake. Its 5-kilometer wide, 60-meter high tongue splits the lake in half, creating a natural dam. As a result, the water level in the southern part of the lake can rise up to 30 meters higher than in the main part of the lake. What you're looking at is an ice bridge that's essentially a dam created by water eroding a tunnel through it, with gravity now finishing the job. It's a spectacular sight that attracts many visitors. The cycle of building up and breaking down a dam repeats at different intervals, ranging from just a year to as long as 10 years. This arch looks like it belongs in a fantasy film, but it's actually a natural formation, an iceberg in Disco Bay on the west coast of Greenland. In Disco Bay, discovered by the famous Viking Eric the Red, thousands of icebergs of all shapes and sizes drift year-round. Icebergs continuously break down from the moment they're formed, and this breaking process results in the many forms we observe, such as pyramidal, slanted, rounded, or arch-shaped icebergs like this one. Rivers that freeze in winter have to make tremendous efforts every year to break through their icy crust. In this video, the Amonoosuc River in northwestern New Hampshire faces an additional challenge. Where the river's course was altered for bridge construction, a massive ice jam is formed.
Oh my god. So cool.
The birth of icebergs from the South Sawyer Glacier in Tracy Arm Fjord on southeast Alaska is a mesmerizing sight. The glacier's ice is a striking cobalt blue color. This glacier is a classic active tidewater glacier with a front that carves frequently, and when the iceberg flips over, it's clear that the underwater section can be just as remarkable as the part we see above water. A massive glacier carving and a terrifying tsunami, a sight that never gets old.
Go. Keep watching, keep watching.
There it is. Whoa, wow! Phenomena! Big wall. So hold on.
Yeah, hold on is right.
Look at that mini tsunami.
Tidal wave.
Did you see that tsunami?
A tidal wave.
Oh, really? Whoa.
What could ever compare to the piercing blue of glacial ice? It's no wonder that many people fall in love with this force of nature and make studying glaciers their profession. Especially since Earth's total ice reserves are estimated at 30 million cubic kilometers. That's a separate layer of the planet called the cryosphere. These kind of scenes really make you realize how insignificant we are compared to the power of nature. In the video, tourists are marveling at the icebergs forming at Columbia Glacier in Prince William Sound, Alaska.
Wow, look.
During these tours, the boat captain must be extremely cautious, as the waves created by the calving glacier are notoriously unpredictable.
Wow. Hey, can you turn the boat to the right?
The Columbia Glacier, named after Columbia University, descends from the Chugach Mountains and spans over 50 kilometers.
What's this one? Not fish, yeah.
Today, it's known as the fastest moving glacier in the world and has been rapidly retreating since the early 1980s. This is why it's common here to see ice chunks breaking off almost every day.
Look, wow.
For example, in 2001, the Columbia Glacier retreated nearly 30 meters from the bay, shedding icebergs with a total volume of 7 cubic kilometers.
Man, look at all that right there. Look at it.
When ice floes can be visually stunning as they move across rivers, they also come with serious risks. Ice jams, or the accumulation of ice chunks in a river's path, are a common problem. These jams frequently happen in narrow spots or bends in the river, as well as around structures such as bridges or piers. They can lead to sudden floods and cause severe damage if the ice pushes onto the land. To prevent these issues, people sometimes need to build special barriers to catch and manage the ice. The Perito Moreno Glacier has become a tourist gem in Patagonia, not only because of its stunning beauty, but also due to its accessibility. It's easy to get here, and you can enjoy the breathtaking views and thrilling ice falls not only from the lake, but also from well-equipped viewing platforms right in front of the massive ice wall. Whether you catch a calving event during your visit is up to chance. What a mess! The cruise liner collided with a small iceberg near Tracy Arm Fjord. The impact caused the iceberg to break apart into many smaller pieces.
Oh my god. Look at that piece.
Did you know that there's a reason glacier ice has a blue color? When ice first forms, it appears white due to the large air bubbles trapped inside it. Over time, as more layers of ice accumulate on top, the pressure increases, and these air bubbles shrink, This change in the ice's light absorption properties allows light to penetrate deeper, giving the ice its rich blue color. In other words, if you see blue ice, it probably means the ice has been around for thousands or even millions of years. If you drop a cube of such ice into your drink, it'll crack with a loud pop due to the highly compressed air inside. If your glass is thin, it might even shatter. An iceberg of incredibly complex shape breaks apart and flips over in the waters of Argentino Lake. Even during the warm season from December to March, the average air temperature here is about 12 degrees Celsius. As a result, icebergs can float in the lake for a long time, slowly melting and attracting many tourists. A truly stunning scale. The Viedma Glacier, flowing down the mountain valley, continues to feed the unique lake with its ice. The people of Ithaca, New York, will long remember the dramatic transformation of their usually calm Cascadilla Creek. Severe frosts followed by a sudden thaw caused rapid ice melt, putting several areas at risk of flooding.
Yeah, it's coming down again.
Here comes the actual water.
Whoa!
Yeah. There was a huge amount of water coming down.
Scientists predict that in the coming decades, the Columbia Glacier will continue to retreat, giving up another 15 kilometers to the fjord. Eventually, it'll reach a point where its bed rises above sea level. While this might seem like a result of global warming, the advance and retreat of coastal glaciers are not as directly linked to climate change as one might think.
In the days leading up to this event, we had several nights of really cold weather, and then the January thaw hit.
The start of ice flow is always an unexpected event that marks the beginning of spring. It's especially dynamic on fast and powerful rivers like the Roaring Fork in Colorado. The river broke through an ice dam and swiftly carried a mass of broken ice downstream.
As we watched the spectacle unfold, to our amazement, there was a beaver riding one of the icebergs. It was just surfing right on the front of the wave, and apparently doing just fine as it...
Oh no. It's because the sun is hitting that way.
A phenomenally beautiful show. The Ayalik Tidewater Glacier in the Kenai Fjords National Park crashes ice and fern into the waters of the bay. Föhn is an intermediate stage between snow and glacial ice, still grainy but already a fairly dense substance. What's fascinating is that the process of turning snow into föhn and then into an ice can occur both at below freezing temperatures and at temperatures close to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The different layers of ice and föhn that form in various conditions make each glacier an incredibly complex structure. By the way, föhn is the building material for the Eskimos' traditional home, the igloo. One of Iceland's 13 largest glaciers, Myrdalsjökull, occasionally triggers avalanches from its peaks. The active Katla volcano, located beneath the glacier's southeastern section, often triggers earthquakes in the region. Hello everyone! No need to waste hours looking for the best videos online to entertain yourself. This compilation is packed with good vibes. Let's get it on. They wanted to see a plane take off up close and feel the power of the engines. However, I doubt it turned out to be as exciting for them as they had hoped. Even the most reliable platform can't withstand the storms of the North Sea. A quick, effective test for power lines that only takes a second. To aviation fans, this is routine, but to others, it's a spectacular show. This pal is clearly in shock, since no one has ever broken a shell in front of him before. A pool on the edge of a skyscraper looks amazing, but only from above. Some parts of the Mediterranean Sea are so clear that it looks like yachts are floating in mid-air rather than sailing on the water. This little one is almost as adorable as puppies or kittens. Just listen to its purring. If you think there's a beautiful pearl inside, you couldn't be more wrong. Now that's what I call a smooth way to get out of a situation. It looks like the city services decided to save some money and hired this buddy to clean the streets.
Hey. Hey. Shh, shh. Stop flirting. Stop flirting.
An unconventional way of cutting down forests involves using a massive chain. And believe it or not, it actually works. In-flight refueling is a complex task. Pilots must perform a nearly precise maneuver to connect the hoses while keeping the aircraft at the same level. When you're totally up for spending hours at the gym, but can't muster the energy to wash your dog after a walk. This isn't CGI from some video game. These are the eyes of a grey whale. Just look, there's a whole underwater universe in that gaze. About 6% of the world's population has arachnophobia, but after watching this video, that number will likely increase by 50%. Uh-oh, looks like they have a plan. I hope they're not trying to do the same thing again. Well, it looks like this is the first driver to be riding on a beehive.
Is that Pinero? Is that you?
What makes you cool isn't what you drink, but the way you drink it. Are nanny services too pricey for you? In Thailand, you can get one for the cost of a few bananas. Cats know that the fisherman is bringing fresh catch in that boat. Just look at how they've planned to get their share. When you decide to save money on car maintenance and change the oil yourself. A firework can be beautiful even without exploding. A waterfall of flashes also looks magical. What looks like a massive crack in the wall turns out to be something entirely different. Upon closer inspection, you realize it's a work of art made up of thousands of miniature people. Viewers can spot green screen effects, so a lot of companies go for real locations. It's challenging, but the results are fantastic. This is what the ultimate fishing cheat looks like. You don't need to work in a mine to enjoy watching this amazing explosion video. A minor short circuit on an electric pole might result in a vivid flame with two different colors. Why you should never underestimate the power of nature. This pal can't wait for them to start doing stunts with forklifts in Fast and Furious. Imagine the power of this icebreaker. It crushes ice chunks like they're just potato chips. No matter how you listen to music in your car, this guy has an even better idea. Surprise! What was just a regular walk has turned into a safari. His colleagues get to watch an amazing excavator stunt show for free every day. I'm sure this library in Mexico City has every book you could possibly want. Only someone who doesn't get dizzy, either from the strong smell or the height, can work as a durian picker. After feeding the kite just once, it started showing up at the window as if it were a takeout window.
If you ain't giving your pet alligator a bath on Saturday afternoon, you better do that.
This party must have been a blast. The simplest yet most demonstrative test of the stability of China's railways. Nature is the greatest artist of all. Just look at the stunning tide it created on the Qiantang River in China. After the rain, a lot of water got under this part of the lawn, creating a new mound. You might have seen something similar in a Miyazaki film. The guys accidentally found the bear's favourite spot, which happens to be where the fish factory throws away its waste.
Вот это их много. Валим отсюда. Их много.
At first glance, it's just an ordinary table, but wait a bit. It feels like it goes down all the way to the Earth's core, doesn't it? However, if you look closely, you'll notice the line where a mirror is placed. It's quite a unique optical illusion. The way people with arachnophobia see a spider versus what it actually looks like. Looking for an adrenaline rush? Here's an idea. Share in the comments if you'd be up for it. Only the most active volcano in Europe, Mount Etna, can produce such a spectacular lava fountain.
Silencio.
Here's how the main characters in fantasy stories discover their superpowers. Seeing something like this outside can lift your spirits for several days. He'll take a shower now and then head off to cook at the French restaurant. If you've ever wondered what happens when you aim a laser at a cup or a can, this guy will be happy to show you. Sometimes he even takes on unusual requests like this one. The question is how it decides which direction to crawl in. Imagine strolling along and suddenly walking into a bee district.
А хто ти такий? Якої ти породи чуєш? Перший раз.
This bird wants to challenge giraffes for the title of the longest neck.
Дай тебе поглажу. Ох, ти двійки, не втікаєш даже, не боїшся.
The most surprising thing isn't the bear strolling down the street or the guy sprinting away.
Dad, don't go. Where are you going?
It's how calm the man is. It's as if he sees this kind of thing every day.
I'm turning around.
A video for those who are planning to move to Italy. It's scary to think about what it must have been like for the residents to watch that unfold.
Mamma è pericolante. Guardate che roba.
At first, they thought a meteor was falling to Earth. Little did they know, it was just the moon making a dramatic entrance into the night sky. The reason for those awkward moments in key meetings when you forget to disable the vibration on your phone is this little detail. The last thing you'd want is to miss a step on stairs like this. With this much dry ice, you won't even need to bother with decorations for Halloween. When you travel to Tibet, you should be prepared to deal with unpredictable weather. For example, during this period, landslides were so frequent that they blocked several hundred roads. Thanks to the wind, everyone in the area ended up receiving a free inflatable pool. This one here lives in a universe where fear hasn't been invented yet.
No
This video has more action than some movies. This isn't a scene from The Mummy. This is actual footage from China, where a severe sandstorm happened.